You've learned about studying abroad, exploring options, acing tests, crafting applications, and securing aid. Now let's talk about the Scholars Pipeline, TSN's own program to help high-achieving students like you through this journey. In this final module, we'll explain what exactly the Scholars Pipeline is, the step-to-step guide to applying, and what happens if you're selected. Essentially, how do you go from being a hopeful applicant to a TSN scholar with mentors and resources backing you all the way? What is the Scholars Pipeline? The Scholars Pipeline, often abbreviated as SP, is TSN's flagship mentorship program for Sri Lankan students aiming for fully funded foreign undergraduate education. It's a competitive, invitation or application-based program where each cycle, TSN selects around 25 of the strongest applicants to become pipeline scholars. If chosen, you enter a 9-month intensive preparation process. You'll get personalized guidance on SAT prep, college selection, application essays, and recommendation strategies. Everything we've discussed and more. Essentially, it's like having an expert coach and cheerleader team for each step of your application. Pipeline is free of charge. TSN is a nonprofit backed by donors. In return, you're expected to commit effort and time, and later pay it forward by helping future cohorts or contributing to Sri Lanka. TSN's ethos is giving back. It's aimed at students who are from public or under-resourced schools or low-income backgrounds, are enrolled in grade 12 or 13 in their A-level course, or have just finished A-levels or equivalent, have remarkable academics, usually among the top in their school, and strong extracurricular and leadership profiles, and show the determination to apply abroad and to contribute back to Sri Lanka in the long run. It's a holistic selection, not just grades, but also leadership, English proficiency, etc. If you get in, expect an intensive but rewarding experience. Workshops, deadlines, meetings with mentors, and a cohort of equally driven peers. Pipeline can almost be seen as an extracurricular in itself. It requires time management, since you'll be doing applications alongside A-level or gap year commitments. But it dramatically increases your chances of success, as TSN's track record shows. Step 1. Initial outreach or eligibility. In past years, TSN has sometimes directly reached out to schools or top-performing students like island or district rankers. Or you may hear about it through channels like this course or social media. We hope you did Module 1's call to action of connecting with TSN. If not, don't worry. You can proactively apply. Please check our social media channels for updates on applications. Our application is simply a Google form where you fill in personal details, academic information such as grades and ranks, activities, and 5 short essays. This serves as your application to TSN's pipeline. Key things you need to submit include your recent transcripts from grade 9 onwards and O-level official results, official A-level results or self-predicted results, a resume or list of extracurriculars and honors, short answers or an essay about your goals, why you want to study abroad, perhaps how you've contributed to school and community, etc. Contact info of 3 referees, and confirmation of your commitment to the program. Step 2. Application review. The TSN team will review submitted applications holistically against the criteria mentioned, including background, achievement, leadership, need, and commitment. They'll shortlist the most promising ones. Step 3. The interview round. Shortlisted candidates are typically invited to an interview. This is akin to a college interview but assessed by TSN panel. They'll ask about your aspirations, check your communication skills, gauge your motivation and attitude, like openness to mentorship, resilience, etc. They might probe your understanding of committing to study and work abroad and returning value to Sri Lanka. Treat it professionally, similar tips as Module 10. They might also have had you do an aptitude test or an English test. but largely it's interviews and app review. Step 4, final selection. After interviews, TSN will select the final cohort of scholars, typically 25 students. If you're selected, congratulations, you're in. If not, TSN still often tries to give some feedback or perhaps include you in some network or tips if possible. So it's not a waste. And you can still apply to colleges on your own. Many do succeed without pipeline, just that pipeline gives an edge. TSN aims to be fair and equitable. They often consider regional representation, etc., but ultimately it's merit and potential. Don't be discouraged by the small numbers. Apply if you meet the criteria. Someone has to be those 20 to 25 students, and it could be you. If you become a pipeline scholar, here's a snapshot of what the 9-month program looks like. The exact structure can vary year to year. Firstly, mentorship. You'll be assigned mentors, often past TSN scholars at top colleges or other experienced volunteers. They might be one-on-one or a team for the cohort. They will help you set a game plan, which colleges to apply, when to take the SAT, etc., and check in regularly. Secondly, the capstone project. A self-driven project you design and execute over the course of the curriculum. Think of it as the grand finale where you bring together your interests, skills, and what you've learned into a tangible project with real-world impact. Thirdly, SAT training. TSN provides structured SAT prep covering content and practice tests. This might be through workshops or pairing with high-scorer mentors. They'll assist with registration as well. They likely aim to get your SAT done by October, so scores are in for applications. Number 4, essay and application workshops. Expect sessions on how to write essays, some of the stuff we've covered, but possibly more interactive, brainstorming sessions, and lots of essay editing support. They may bring in essay specialists or use peer review too. Same for filling application forms, etc. Number 5, university and scholarship reach. They'll guide you in making your college list, balancing reach versus safety, considering financial fit. They have the database of scholarships and past experiences to advise. Possibly even arrange information meetings with students at those colleges. TSN Alumni Network is helpful there. Number 6, interview prep. As part of the overall training, you might do mock interviews with TSN members to get ready for actual ones. Number 7, financial aid guidance. They'll help with CSS profile, documentation, and even possibly fees. TSN might have fee waivers or cover application fees if needed. One of TSN's aims is to remove financial barriers. They'll ensure you apply to colleges that meet need or secure necessary scholarships, as that's the pipeline's mission. Next, community and soft skills. Pipeline is also about being part of the Strivers Network community. You'll interact with fellow scholars, an amazing support group. There might be sessions on adjusting to life abroad, cultural orientation, leadership values, etc. They bring guest speakers, maybe successful students or professionals, to inspire and advise. Deadlines and discipline. They will set internal deadlines, for example, first essay draft by X date, etc. Pipeline requires commitment. Think of it as a serious extra class or project. They expect you to attend virtual meetings, respond promptly, and put in the effort. Essentially, they invest in you, so they expect you to invest time too. Emotional support and motivation. It's a stressful process, but you'll have people who went through it guiding you. TSN mentors help keep morale up, share their own rejection stories and successes, and remind you you're not alone. This boosts confidence immensely. And other opportunities include being a TSN scholar might open other doors. Sometimes pipeline scholars are nominated for external programs or contests, or get to network with TSN partners, for instance, attending an online college fair specifically for certain colors. As the program goes on, you will apply to colleges likely a mix of early apps by November and regular decisions by January. TSN will often help you navigate offers and compare aid packages when results come in around March or April. And they'll celebrate your successes. You essentially become part of the Strivers Network family for life. One note, TSN pipeline may require a kind of pledge that if you do achieve success, you'll contribute back later, not financially per se, but by mentoring future students or at least staying involved. And during the program, you likely shouldn't be doing other heavily conflicting programs. Pipeline might be plenty on top of A-level studies. Confidentiality. TSN keeps your data and participation confidential in the sense that your school or others won't know unless you tell them, so you can apply without worry of any stigma. In summary, if selected, you get an all-round boot camp on studying abroad, mentorship in academics, applications, and personal development, which dramatically enhances your ability to get into a great college with a full scholarship. It's like having a dedicated team, making sure you don't miss any piece of the puzzle. While not everyone listening will end up in pipeline, if you do, here are tips. Be proactive and communicative. Your mentors are there to help, so be open about your needs and questions. If something is unclear, like how to approach a particular essay, just ask. If you feel overwhelmed balancing A-levels and SAT prep, tell them. They can adjust plans or just reassure you. Meet deadlines and attend sessions. Show that you are responsible and value the opportunity. Missing meetings or ignoring feedback is a huge no. Scholars Pipeline selection is a privilege many wished for. Honor it by fully engaging. Support your peers. Pipeline cohort is small. Build camaraderie. Peer editing each other's essays or sharing SAT tips can help everyone. TSN fosters a non-competitive, uplifting vibe. You aren't competing with each other. Often multiple from the cohort all get into different top schools. Keep your grades up. Don't neglect schoolwork or A-level prep. Those still matter for final results and fallbacks. And some US apps ask predicted grades. Manage time to do both well. TSN can sometimes advise on time management too. Take care of yourself. It's intense. Sleep, mental breaks, and occasional fun are important to avoid burnout. Mentors likely remind you of this. Listen to them if they say, get some rest. And lastly, be humble and grateful. Many TSN volunteers are doing this in addition to jobs or studies because they want to help you. Always thank them. Be respectful of their time. Stay humble, and you're all very accomplished, but open-mindedness to learn is key. Finally, keep in mind pipeline doesn't guarantee admissions, but TSN has a strong success record. Even if you don't get your dream Ivy, you might get another great full ride, maybe a top liberal arts college or a state university with scholarship. The goal is for you to have at least one fantastic affordable offer, and if you follow their guidance, you likely will. By the end of the process, you'll not only be heading abroad on scholarship, but also have grown in confidence, skills, and have a network of friends and mentors for life. When you head off to college, TSN might continue minimal mentorship like pre-departure orientations on living in the US, etc. And in the future, they'll encourage you to mentor new strivers. Thus, the cycle continues. This is the final call to action of our course. Step 1. If you meet the criteria, submit your application to TSN's Scholars Pipeline. As of now, either TSN has contacted you or you can find the application info on TSN's social media channels or via your teacher or principal. Do not procrastinate. Put together the required documents and apply by the deadline given. Step 2. If you have already applied, or once you do, prepare for a potential interview. That means reviewing your application, reflecting on your goals, and Module 10's tips apply here too. Number 3, reach out to TSN with any questions about pipeline. They're friendly. You can email the TSN team or message on Instagram or WhatsApp with doubts about the process or eligibility. Showing initiative and clarity can even reflect well in selection. Lastly, keep pursuing Plan B or C on your own as well. Even as you apply to Pipeline, continue prepping for SAT, working on essays, etc. Much of what you've learned in this course, you can and should start implementing. Pipeline selection happens early enough that if, say, you weren't selected, you could still continue applying to colleges independently, or maybe with Education USA help or other resources. TSN tries to help as many as possible through open resources like this course, even if not everyone can be in Pipeline. So no matter what, use these 12 modules to forge ahead. Completing this course already puts you miles ahead in understanding the process. Kudos on that. The Scholars Pipeline is basically taking all this knowledge and giving you personalized, hands-on guidance with it. Let's imagine, a few months from now, you could be sitting in a Zoom workshop with your Pipeline mentors, polishing the final draft of the essay that gets you into a top university with a full scholarship, your dream becoming reality. It's within reach if you take the leap and apply yourself. We at TSN genuinely hope to see your application come through and perhaps welcome you into the Strivers Network family. Regardless, we're rooting for your success whenever you apply. Congratulations on completing Undergrad Unraveled. You've armed yourself with information and strategies that few students have. Now it's time to act. Go forth and apply to Pipeline, to universities, to scholarships. This journey isn't easy, but as we've shown throughout, it is navigable, and you are not alone. Stay motivated, stay curious, and never underestimate yourself. As one TSN alum said, Sri Lankan students deserve no less than the world's top universities. It's the gap in guidance, resources, and aspiration that we at the Strivers Network are striving to bridge. Good luck, and maybe we'll see you as a TSN scholar soon, unraveling your own undergraduate adventure abroad.